Okay, here we've got the matching pop-ups to go with the halo. These are obviously the 14 mils. Again, we give them the full Monty in the factory, so you can see a little bit of the sugar in the coating on the outside. Nothing to worry about. It just adds to the general attractiveness of the product. Okay. Again, nice and hard, plenty buoyant enough, and got to be another option for you. You can cover all eventualities with something like this. Then we've got the hardened hook bait to match the bottom bait here. You can see these actually get all the hardened hook baits, all the hook baits that we do get a coating of gear before they leave the factory. So you can see some of the sugars in the liquid have started to crystallise on the outside of this. And again, resist nuisance species, and you can use them to balance. You know, if you do a little snowman setup, you know that the bottom bait that you're using is secure. It's another product that's going to get you bites, and it will have you confident that you're out there fishing and nothing's capable of taking your hook bait away. There's nothing worse. I mean, I've fished crayfish waters, and when I first started on them, I was just kind of I was staggered. It was just mind-numbing when you've got everything on the money, everything's all sorted. You've had a couple of bleeps during the night, and you reel your rod in, and you ain't actually fishing. There's no bait on the end. These will slow them down to a degree. Unfortunately, with crayfish, not a lot you can do, but this will definitely give you extra time fishing effectively when they're a problem. Same with a poisson char and any other of the myriad of species of wildlife that are sent out to try us on a daily basis when we're fishing. You're getting a lot of bird pickups. I mean, sometimes when I'm on Saturday, I'm sat out there and I'm looking out across the pond, and you know, there's maybe sometimes up to 60 birds out there, coots, tufties, and the seagulls that are harassing them. And it's just nice to be able to sit there in the knowledge that it's impossible. If you get a bit of a pickup and you get replaced by a beak on the bottom, as we call it, you're not going to lose your hook bait. That's important, because on hard waters you don't want to be recasting every time you've got a little bit of movement from a bird. Okay, so another one that you wouldn't leave home without if you got any sense. We've got the Wafters to match the halo bottom baits. Obviously, you've seen we've got the same thing as the Super K and the T1 Wafters, but I want to show you something which we've got in all the ranges, which is proper trick. Okay, it's these. These are what we call bones. I suppose they're a bit like a back-to-back 12 miller. We've got them in the pop-ups, we've got them in the bottom baits, the hardened bottom baits, and we've also got them in the Wafters. These alter the dynamics of your rig. Especially these Wafters, you'll notice that I don't know if you're into the coated braided rigs with the liner line sort of long shank hook. Put one of these on there, and it helps the hook to turn that much more efficiently. There's a bit of weight behind, and it's the right shape. It's slightly better than a round boilie for getting that hook to whip over and secure a firm hook hold. Okay. Also a different shape. I don't go for all that stuff. They won't eat round ones. I've caught plenty of fish on round ones from some very hard waters. It's about getting them feeding at the end of the day, and if you're feeding them on bits, you're more likely to catch them on bits. So that's the reason for sometimes choosing something which is a slightly different shape. If you're fishing over broken baits and other bits and pieces and a bit of pellet, then that's a slightly different option, a variation on a round boilie, which may nick you an extra bite or two when the time's right, of course. And yeah, another very reliable product which you should have in your armoury, really, to get the most out of our range.